everybody, and welcome to Yoga on Saturday with me, Melanie. And I'm just absolutely thrilled to be here again. And thank you for taking the time for you to be with me and also to invest in yourself. I mean, we really don't realise how important it is just to have that sanctuary, that time, just to reconnect our minds into our bodies so that we can just explore what's going on. It's just like resetting the computer. It's resetting us so that we've got the energy for the rest of the week, the rest of the day, the rest of the month, and so on and so forth. And with these practices, we just keep topping ourselves up. And that's why it's really, really quite important, so that we can allow any fluctuations to just kind of settle. So today we're going to be working on the spine with a couple of spine rotations. My husband fondly calls it oiling the spine. And these movements are really good to do first thing in the morning after you've rolled out of bed and done whatever. Find a nice space in your home and then just do these little movements, and it will really waken up your whole system. So as always, if you need additional support, please grab yourself a cushion of some sort, because you might need those for resting when we do our restorative. And if you've got a towel, because sometimes that's just really nice to put underneath the neck, underneath the back, because that will help you to relax and your body to relax nicely. We're going to build on what we've done. So if you need that, just go get that. I'm going to talk for a little while longer. So just to recap for those of you who've been before, so far we've been working on bending forward, because that's really good to lengthen up your spine, and it starts to bring us into the core of our body. We've been working with a mudra, which is an energetic seal, to help us to breathe. And we've added an affirmation on top of that, which is talking about finding our own inner light. If you're new, the mudra, or the energetic seal using the hand, it's about bringing the thumb to the little finger and wrapping the other fingers around it. And we just use this when we inhale and we exhale. So when I talk about this in class, that's where it is. And the other mudra I love, it's like the Lotus Mudra, which is like this. It brings the thumb and the little finger together, and we open up the other three. And it just, it's a representation of a lotus which flowers at night in Thailand in particular, and its roots are kind of embedded within the mud of the pond which it lives, and it just kind of grows up through the stem, and in the night it just opens up, so it's in its glory. And we use this like this as we draw in the thoughts and we seal it and we embody it back within us. And we've also gone through a mantra, which is called the WK3 mantra, which I'll open with today, which talks about everybody working together in harmony and removing any discourse that might be going on within us or between us. So now we begin. Maybe just bring your hands into Hasta Mudra. It's just a very, very soft mudra. We call it prayer posture. And you rest your thumbs in the middle of your chest. This immediately starts to dampen down your nervous system. And as you breathe, just allow your heart to lift up into the thumbs. And as you do that, you might find a lengthening through your spine. And as you exhale, just draw the navel back in. And you can open your mouth and just let that breath go. Just let it go. And then there's a gentle pause, and your body will naturally stop to draw another breath in. And you lengthen your spine up, and then you let it go. And I'd just like you to breathe with this and find your rhythm as I open with the WK3 mantra, which is about learning and growth and harmony. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Savirium Caravai Tejas Vinavadhi Amastu Mavet Vishayai Shanti, Shanti, to Shanti. So I hope you're starting to feel settled as you allow the activities and thoughts in your mind just to drop down into the floor, into our foundation, into the pelvis. As you gently just roll up, and then I'm going to ask you to lie down on the floor on your back. And if you know that you've got a deep curve in your lumbar back, take the scarf and just place it underneath your spine. And it's just so wonderful because once the lumbar spine feels something, it just relaxes completely. Ideally, your legs are long. Number one, we raise the right leg, place it on the toe of the left foot. And as we exhale, concave the tummy, and you want to lift your right hip up towards the ceiling so your toes move towards the left. And at the same time, rotate your head towards the right. That's your exhale. Then bring your toes up to the ceiling, your nose up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, lift your hip up, your right hip up to the ceiling so your toes move to the right, turn your head to the left. Inhale, come up. That's number two. And then again, we do it on an exhale. Number three. Come back up. And again, number four. Inhale up and exhale, release. Then we repeat the other side. You bring the heel of the left foot onto the right toe. Then you lift your left hip up to the ceiling. Your toes move to the right. And you turn your head to the left. That's on your exhale. Inhale, come back up. And again, number two. Come back up. And again, number three. You're aiming to lift that hip up to the ceiling as you rotate your head to the opposite side. It's a full spine rotation, and it's generally good for everybody. And one more, number four. Feel that release as you're lengthening through the spine, concaving your tummy. And then you come back up. Look up at the ceiling, toes at the ceiling, bring both feet together. From here, we'll just do a nice stretch. Inhale, bring the arms up over your head, point your toes, hold your left wrist with your right hand and stretch that right arm over. Stretch it out, open up the side body, and then release. Then you hold the right hand with your left wrist, and then just stretch over towards the left. Open up the right rib. Reach. You might feel a few cracks and things through the body. That's great. That's just space coming into the body as the ligaments relax. Bring the hands back down by your side. Number two. We raise the right knee up and place the sole of the foot onto a comfortable place. For some people it might be on the shin. Generally we say the knee can be on the thigh or it can be on the opposite side. A cushion might come in useful here if you place your cushions on your left hand side. Then as you exhale, again we lift the right hip up to the ceiling so the knee goes to the right hand side just as far as possible. Turn your head to the right. That's your exhale. Bring the knee back up, look at the ceiling. And then again 3 more times. Exhale. Look over towards the right. Inhale. And again, number 3. And you'll probably feel the stretch coming through the glutes, through the IT band and your lumbar spine. But remember, always work to a place which is comfortable for your body. Otherwise, you start putting stress on your system, and that's not what we're here for. We're just here to release the tensions, open up the body, find a place of peace. Move your cushions over to the opposite side. Position the left leg, and then we start again. Exhale, bring the knee over towards the right and look to your left. Feel that stretch through the lower back. Inhale, look up. That's number 2. Exhale. Number 2. The knee goes to one direction, the nose to the other. So we get a full rotation through the whole spine. Number 3. There you go. And then last one. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Extend your legs. And again, point your toes forward. Bring your arms high up over you. Hold the wrist with one hand. So I've got my left hand holding the right wrist and I'm stretching out towards the left. Remember, if you get any sensations or sense of pain, then just stretch upwards and then release. Swap sides, exhale, stretch. And come back. Shine through your fingers as you reach up for your full length, reach down, exhale, and we release. Number 3, we bend both the knees. Ideally, we try and keep the knees together, but because this is more free-flowing, we're not going to be rigid about keeping everything perfect. We just want to open the spine. So you lift your hip up and let both knees together go towards the left side and rotate through the right. And then inhale, knees up, look up. That's number 1. And again, exhale, look over towards the right, knees to the left. Look back up. And you may notice that you're feeling the stretch a little bit higher up the back. And if you do, this is good, because the first one we did generally opens through the lumbar spine. The second one starts to move a little bit higher. There we go, let's swap sides. So by the time we reach here, you're probably just starting to open the spine round about the base of the thorax, round about the base of your ribs. And again, number 2. Come back up. And again, number 3. So aim to lift that hip up to the ceiling so that you're keeping your pelvis balanced. Number 4. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale here. Let's stretch. Extend through your toes forward. Press your lumbar spine into the floor so your tummy's concaving and shine upwards, out. Extend through the full length of your body. And then exhale completely. Have a little bit of a shimmy as we bring the knees to the chest and roll to one side as we now move into sitting. Wonderful. Let's move these out of the way. Let's come on to our cat-cat. So this is again, they're very classical postures. But the difference between using this and just general exercise is that we're focusing on the exhale and we're challenging focusing the mind. So first of all, we want to lift the lumbar spine up by pulling the navel back so the spine is long. We're on hands and knees, and if your wrists hurt, grip the mat with your fingers and that takes the pressure off your wrists. Tuck your tailbone down, so we're arching the back, and then just move the chin forward and you get a little bit of a tricep dip here. And then you want to come back up and exhale, hips to heel. For some people, you might need to put a cushion just underneath your ankles, your sitting bones here, and some people underneath the ankles. Let's leave this here. Inhale, come back up. And to move forward, tuck your tailbone underneath, draw the navel to the lumbar spine, exhale. Come forward, inhale up, and exhale, come back, hips to heel. And then we're just going to do this a few times, just to get into a rhythm. Each time we go forward, we're exhaling and we're releasing. And we just have a gentle smile on the face. Exhale here. One more, inhale up. Exhale, come down. And then exhale into child's pose. And we just allow the elbows to rest now on the mat. We turn the palms of the hands upwards, so they're facing the ceiling. The back of the hands are on the mat, and our wrists are relaxed. And we might take time just to look at the palm of the hands, and then bring our hands into the mudra, where we bring the thumb in towards the little finger, and then wrap the other four fingers around it. Let's take the mind back now to the lumbar spine and just check that we're lengthening the lumbar spine by pressing the sitting bones back into the heel. Then we let the head relax. The back of the neck is long, your eyes are looking down into the roof of the mouth, and your tongue is relaxed within the cavity of the mouth. And you're just letting your body breathe. And as you inhale, just open the fingers, Vyam curl. And as you exhale, you wrap the fingers around the thumb. Exhale. And just take about 4 or 5 breaths like this. It's very easy. You're just at ease with the flow, the opening and the closing. The thumb represents self within the practice of yoga. And the little finger kind of represents the sacrum, the sacred. So we're connecting self to our sacred place. And the other 4 fingers just represent everything else in our landscape and our universe as we breathe life into it. We inhale, we open up into that, and we put energy into all those around us, to our everyday. And as we exhale, all those that are dear and close to us also protect us as the fingers wrap around our thumbs. And as we inhale, we're breathing light into our landscape, into our universe, into all our sacred places and parts of us. And as we exhale, we just curl back in and we are protected. And just one more inhale here. And then we exhale. Pause at the end of that breath. Bring the palm of the hands now onto the floor, and we're going to come back up into cat-cow. I'm going to remove the cushion. And again, for some people who don't like to stretch the ankle, you can put the scarf underneath your ankles so your ankles are not hurting you. We want the body to be as comfortable as possible. So again, we find our posture, lumbar spine nice and long. It's like a pelvic tilt. So we're literally lengthening the muscles in the lower back, which are supporting our spine. We're also supporting it through the front body. Now we're going to just slide that right leg away from us. Reach back, reach through the toe. And then exhale, bring the knee in. Arch the back. And then again, we're going to inhale, extend the leg as far away as we can, and then exhale. So we're still really doing a pelvic tilt here to bring the knee as close to the chest as possible. And then we're going to inhale here, and then lift that right hip up to the ceiling, and then we might just come on to the side here. So the sole of my right foot is on the floor, and I'm just balanced here. I can do whatever I want with my hand, bring it behind, whatever. But I'm trying to keep my nose in line with my heart, in line with my navel. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to rotate the hip back down towards the floor. Bring my hands down, bring the knee in. Take a breath here, and then exhale, come back. Lift the wrist off the floor, so I'm opening my wrists and releasing any pressure here. Come back up, inhale. Stabilize, exhale. Left side. Channel the mind to the left leg, and as you inhale, extend through that left leg. Reach out as far as you can, and then exhale, nose to knee. And again, inhale, we extend and we open. So we're literally opening that hip joint, we're opening the toes, we're opening the sole of the left foot. And then exhale, tummy crunch, really kind of draw the navel back. So the knee to the nose is the result of pulling the navel into the lumbar spine. And then one more, inhale, extend here. And then draw that navel back, exhale. Pull it in, pull it in. Here we go, now one more, always has another one more. Extend through that left leg, reach through the toes, stay through the toes, sole of the foot, the ankle, the knee, then draw the navel back, lumbar spine. And then we repeat again. We extend the left leg, and if you can, you would bring the instep down onto the floor and lift your left hip up towards the ceiling. So you're pivoting through the right hip. Sole of the left foot is on the floor, and you might just shine up through the left hand. You can tuck that arm behind you, you can leave it along your side. I'm more interested in just opening up through the side body and connecting with this band of energy around our core. Then, when we're ready, we turn this left hip back down so the whole body pivots to face the floor. We bring our hands onto the floor, nose and the knee onto the floor, and we exhale, and we come back into our place of rest. Palm of the hands facing the ceiling. We go back into our mudra, bringing the thumb to the base of the little finger. So we're connecting self to the purest part of who we are, the sacred. And we wrap the other four fingers representing our universal world around us so that we are protected. Exhale. And you may pause here, because that inner silence is just so lovely. The stillness is just great. It's a place where we can retreat and process. And then as we inhale, we allow the fingers to open up, and it's as if we're just spreading sunshine onto our universal world, into our environment. And then we exhale again. See, the breath with the movement is actually quite powerful. Coordinating breath with movement, a simple movement, a complex movement, but it does draw at least two aspects of the mind or the brain together. Just take your time to breathe, unfold and open up, and exhale. Come back in. One more. And exhale here. Good. Palm of the hands now come onto the floor. We inhale up. We're going to keep this quite low. So, shoulders directly over the wrist, knees directly under, what did I just say there? Shoulders directly over the wrist and your hips over your knees. Sorry about that. Grip the mat with your fingers, and then we're just going to create a circle with the body. So we're really just getting into the shoulder joint and into the hip joint. And as you inhale, rotate up to the front, and as you exhale, you come back to the center. That's one. And you make each rotation even bigger, 2. And then you make it really fluid, 3. And then you can open the spine up, that's 4. Then you reverse, starting really big, 1, 2, and then you just come slowly in. There you go. And then 1 more, that's 4. And then after the movement, we come back to stillness. It's like an Egyptian beetle. This is what this posture is. We rest the wrists again. We connect them to the little finger and we consciously breathe. As we inhale and unfold the fingers, just know all you are doing is inhaling. And as you wrap the fingers around your thumb, exhale, drawing the navel back to the lumbar spine, and know that all you are doing is exhaling. And as you inhale and you open up, open the mind, open the fingers, open the universe, you just have a smile within the whole of your body. And as you exhale, retain that secret smile. And as again you inhale, you might reflect and think, wow, that was a wonderful, amazing moment. And then as you exhale, you just hold on to that moment in time. This simple act of just opening and closing with the breath just resets your mind and your body as you take even longer to really enjoy that inhalation, filling your organs, filling your cells, filling your body, your mind. And then we exhale, just blowing any worries, tensions, anxieties. Just let them leave the body, leave the mind. So when you take that inhale, the space that is created can be filled with something positive for yourself. Maybe a golden light. I always visualize colours. So you're filling yourself with something which is more nourishing within your thoughts, within the body. You just take your time. Exhale. Good. Bring the palm of the hands onto the floor. And just take a moment to consider the texture of the mat underneath the palm of your hands for your fingers. Check that the navel is into the lumbar spine so that you come back up once more. And then we come back into sitting. I just want you to find a comfortable place to sit. And again, the cushions come in very useful because they will kind of lift your hips off the floor and allow the pelvis to tilt at an angle of around about 35 degrees, which is about where it should be to allow the spine to sit well. Some people might find putting something underneath the knees is more comfortable for them, so they can sit like this. And then also some people might just find sitting in a loose Marichasana, which is a sage posture, is more comfortable for them. We won't be here too long. So find a place which is comfortable for your body so the mind isn't distracted with thoughts of aches and pain. And we bring the hands onto the mat next to us. So again, we're connecting into this earth. And just have a little bit of shimmy until you feel comfortable. Turn the palms of the hands up. And just take a moment to think about kind of like what will help us to balance. And usually we want to look at opposing thoughts here. So what kind of power and strength and focus and strategy do we need? And again, how do we connect with our intuitive nature and our creativity and the music and the dance and the poetry? So we're kind of like using the hands like weighing scales, trying to find that balance. And then what we're going to do is bring both of those opposing views together in the center. It's kind of like they're going to be mixed up together and interact with each other. And we open up the Lotus Mudra. So we're just opening up into our higher self to show us how we can merge those opposing views together. So we have a good, strong decision, good, strong focus. And then we just seal that in. Exhale. Draw this down through the center of our body. And then we turn the fingers down to the earth, so we earth it. That's the manifestation. Bring it alive. Then we dig in. It's like, what do I need from me to offer back out? We inhale up, back into the lotus. And then I'm going to open the arms out to the right and the left. And because we're in the daytime and we still need energy, we look towards the left. So we let the right hand, look towards the right, let the left hand relax. And we think, what is the power, the energy that I need to take me through the day, through the week, through the month, through the year? So it could be many things. It could just be focus. You might be looking for more guidance or strategies, maths, science, factual information. And just look there and imagine we're pulling this into our bodies through the palm of the hands and the arms into the heart of compassion. And then we just let that go. Turn the head now to the left, the palms of the hands up. And we just ask ourselves, what creativity do I need? Can I find the answers through music, through poetry, through dance, or just by connecting with intuitive self? And we draw this in through the palm of the left hand, through the arms into the compassion of the heart. And then we let it go. We turn both hands up. And we create a balance. It's like an ethereal balance. It's just using imagination. And it's not often in this day and age that we can find space to connect with imagination. And it actually takes practice. Then we lift both up again, palms of hands together, we look up. We open into this Lotus Mudra. So we symbolically draw this in together. And whatever that answer is, whatever that merger is, we draw in through the crown of the head, through the eye of wisdom and the voice of purity, into the compassion of the heart. And we might mix it up, we inhale here. And then we embody this into the solar plexus and into the sacrum. So that's into the core of self through the abdomen. We take that breath, inhale. And then we release, bringing the back of the hands onto the knees and exhale. And we just sit and breathe. And we draw the breath in through the right left nostril up to the brow center. So today I have a bindi in to signify drawing the breath into the center of the forefront of my mind, the prefrontal cortex, our inner vision. Exhale. And as we draw that breath in to the place between the brow center, you could recite the mantra, I see the divine within myself. I see the ability to make balance and process in a balanced way within myself. And I look to be very centered and calm within myself. So in the Hindi tradition, when they greet each other, they look at this place in the brow center. So they look beyond the physical, they look into the divine of a person they're conversing with. And they would greet each other in the way of saying symbolically, the divine in me, which I recognize, meets the divine in you, which I also recognize. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth, exhale. Namaste. And at this point, I would invite you to roll back round onto your mat and lower yourself down so that you can relax. Extend through your feet and your arms. And again, if you know that you need to look after your body in a special way, place the pillow or cushion under the lumbar back or under the back of your neck. And you might even place one or two underneath your knees. Place a hand onto the belly, so the palm of the hands wrap around the belly. And you can connect with your body, breathing the breath of life. And that would bring our yoga class to an end today. Where next week I'm going to have a look at how we can connect with the energies of our body, the energetic self, building on what we have done so far. Namaste, my friends. If anyone's got any questions, please feel free to voice them. I'm more than happy to help. I just love these practices.
Bye. See you next week.